You know, if I didn't have a job and I'd have to make a new resume, I think I could put allergies under special experience. A couple of days ago, we went to a Chinese buffet with a few acquaintances of mine, and before we got there, they started talking about how much they like sushi and whatever, and I've never really eaten at a Chinese place before. I had to say that, well, I don't eat meat or chicken, and I don't like sushi, and I get a few weird looks, but that's okay, it's my choice, so I have to bear the consequences. But then I had to add that I can't eat any types of nuts, anything made out of soy, a very few choice selected seeds, and nothing that's made out of shrimp. So then I started to wonder, is this Chinese buffet really the thing for me right now? I have to say now that there was a really good selection. I got plenty to eat, and I didn't have to pay, so yay! That's not the point of this video. No, the point of this video are my allergies. I'm pretty used to just picking out what I can or want to eat and just making a selection in my plate. You know, just, it's not a big deal for me. It's usually a lot bigger deal for other people, like relatives or people like that. I don't really care or mind. I usually find enough to eat. I don't starve to death or anything. And I live in Finland. I have the opportunity to be picky. No, I'm grateful for that, but that probably won't change the fact that I don't like a large selection of things. Food things, you know. I'm generally try to be a positive person, but with food, no. I'm a horrible company if you want to go and have something to eat. Don't take me to restaurants unless you let me choose. You know, if the situation is dire, I can skip a meal. Again, not a big deal. But you know what I can't skip? Breathing. And breathing is a thing that usually we take for granted, but during springtime, I am very aware of breathing, because that's the time I usually can't breathe. Because my favorite friend, aka pollen from a goddamn tree called birch, decides I don't need to breathe. No, birch, it wants to pollinate, it wants to make more trees or something. I don't know, I don't really care. All I care about is I can't breathe, I can't go to singing classes, I can barely go to school or work or whatever I'm doing during the springtime. So now I have about half a year of a blissful I can breathe time. However, next spring doesn't look as horrifying as springs usually do, mainly because my last spring was really good. And that, I have to say, is thanks to the allergen immunotherapy that I've been going through since last fall. And it seemed to help, at least last spring. I was a very functioning member of society, at least on that account. I mean, I'm not a very useful person. And you know, there are lots of other types of allergies that I've had the pleasure of experiencing. And those are usually to different kinds of animals. I've had a really severe reaction to horses when I was a little girl. However, I loved horses so much that a few years later I went back and I was able to be around horses again. And which I'm really, really grateful about, because I love horses. Also, I've had some levels of allergy to cats and dogs and whatnot, but we've always had those. It sort of went away with allergies that are not that severe, but I'm hoping that my resistance will increase and that I'll be able to enjoy spring. So to all my poor souls who also have to suffer from allergies, I hope you find a way to live around them and with them, and maybe even get rid of them at some point. Let's all just suffer together.